That's right, you're not in the wrong decade. Ladies and gentlemen, this is WCW's flagship offering, the creme de la creme of World Wrestling, World Championship Wrestling's Monday Nitro. Now, you may know me as the former Raw GM, and you may also be wondering what the hell is happening here. The status quo has been shaken, not stirred. Well, I'll tell you. With the help of a very generous, very beloved benefactor, I have done it. I have killed Monday Night Raw and made modern art of its corpse. And make no mistake, the scum over on Friday Night SmackDown will be next. From the ashes of Raw, a phoenix has arisen, and its burning wings are coated with the succulent scent of Nitro.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a new era. My GM is dead. Long live Universe Mode. We are here with a brand new series, and you just got the first insight there. Madge is back. He will not concede. He may have lost last year, but it's time we do this again. But this time, there is more creativity. There is more freedom. This time, you will see just what we can offer in terms of storylines, in terms of matches, just what we want.
That's exactly
Our aim is to provide you with unmissable action, with gripping storylines, and a bit of friendly, unfriendly rivalry, perhaps. Brand warfare is good.
We're going to blur the lines.
We will
Just
blur
be friendly
the
and
lines.
unfriendly.
Brand warfare is dead. And this time it's time to revive the Monday Night Wars. Although this time, in not quite the same fashion, Raw is dead, Nitro is back, and it will be going head to head with SmackDown. Now tonight's show.
And who is the loser? I think we'll all know when proceedings are wrapped up and done with.
Yeah, we don't need the game to tell us who's doing well here.
Precisely.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Universe Mode. It's episode 1, and we are jumping straight in to Monday Nitro.
Indeed.
A brand new show is here. Madge is taking over Monday Nitro. I will be retaining my position from last series as the general manager of SmackDown.
That's right.
And Madge, as we prepare for the first match of the night, before the entrances get underway, would you like to tell us what our first match of the night is?
Absolutely, ladies and gentlemen. This is for one of the finest wrestling titles anywhere, anytime in the world. WCW's legendary, unprecedented, unopposed, untainted cruiserweight title. Now, not every wrestling company can make good use of people within this weight class, within this prestigious bracket, but we certainly will, and we're starting as we mean to go on. We have for you a match that most people would salivate at, that would dream of seeing, and we here on Monday Nitro have made it a tantalizing reality. we have one of the most legendary wrestlers, let alone cruiserweights, of all time, Rey Mysterio Jr. And he takes on three comparative up-and-comers, but they have enough experience and they have enough ability between them to put on a fabulous show tonight. We have Mr. Wrestling, Johnny Gargano, the Sicilian psychopath, Tommaso Ciampa, and a man who you have to see him in action to believe how brutal he can be, Ilya Dragunov.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get the first match of Universe Mode underway. And who better to start off proceedings? Because when you think of the WCW Monday Nitro Cruiserweight division, one of, if not the first name to come to your mind, has to be the legend, the WWE Hall of Famer, Rey Mysterio.
Absolutely correct. There are two men who come to mind when you think about this cruiserweight division, and it is a star-studded cruiserweight division. It is one of the best collections of wrestlers within that weight class at any time, in any place, in any point of the history of wrestling itself. But this man stands head and shoulders, if you'll forgive the expression, above the rest. He is one of the finest wrestlers to ever lace up a pair of boots, to ever put on a mask, to ever step foot inside a ring. And I know that it's a fatal four-way, anything can happen. You've got three other guys who you have to beat to get your hands on the belt, but I really do think Rey Mysterio, the other three men in this ring, will be awed by his presence, by his ability, by his legend, by his mythos, and they will find it very, very difficult to overcome this legend of WCW.
Weighing in at 187 pounds, Ilya Dragunov.
Well, if there's one man that can put aside the legend of Rey Mysterio, it is Ilya Dragunov. This is a no-nonsense competitor. This is a man who, well, let's be honest, he loves to fight.
He absolutely loves to fight. There's probably nothing that gets Ilya Dragunov's blood pumping and his heart racing than the thought of a good old-fashioned brawl. And in a wrestling ring, he can get away with doing whatever he wants to any number of defenseless opponents, who most of whom are quite rightly appalled by the man's brutality, but recognise the ability that comes along with it. Now this man, he's a little bit, compared to Rey Mysterio, he is, as many people are, an unknown quantity. People in this arena might be unsure what to make of him, but all I ask is this: give him a chance, and Dragunov will deliver.
Well, next up on our the docket, I guess, is a man who did not really get the opportunity to shine last year. Someone who is going to definitely benefit from the expanded roster that we'll be seeing in Universe Mode.
Certainly.
It's as I said, the Sicilian psychopath, the black heart of WCW. It's Tommaso Ciampa.
And like another certain black heart, you can't take your eyes off of this man. Not just when you're in the ring with him, because he would destroy you if you did. As a wrestling fan, look at the cameras going off, and that proves what an attraction the Sicilian is. It proves that people get excited to see this guy do what he does in the ring. And they get excited to join us for the most premier, the most perfect wrestling action anywhere in the world on WCW Monday Nitro. And I promise you, we have an exceptional card of the best wrestling anywhere lined up for our premiere show tonight.
Well, Mysterio, Dragunov, Ciampa, I'll tell you something none of them did, and that was 24 hours ago at WrestleMania. None of them were on the card that night, but this man, Johnny Gargano, was. It was a losing effort, but nonetheless, he put up a great showing in a premiere match on the card when he challenged Samoa Joe for the WWE Championship. Now, because the championships from last season, I will let you know, are up in abeyance, and that will be addressed on the first episode of SmackDown.
Understand.
But we're not here to talk about that. We are here to talk about crowning our very first WCW Cruiserweight Champion. One of the most unique, one of the most engaging championships in the history of the business. Who will be the first person to hold it in this rebooted WCW? Let's get this match underway. Now, of course, we talk about the unpredictability of it being a fatal four-way match, but let's not also forget this is a TLC match. Tables, ladders, and chairs.
Absolutely right. And I would argue, what better way for a group of high-flying, technically gifted superstars to show what they're all about and to show what they can be capable of. And that's what you have to do. You have to show that you're worthy of taking home the best championship for your weight class that has probably ever been in any wrestling promotion, major, minor, or otherwise. It does add an element of unpredictability to this match, but I predict that the experience and the know-how of Rey Mysterio will see him through this one, even if it is a close-fought contest, which again I fully expect it to be.
I'm going to go with a bit of that prediction. I'm going to say that our first WCW champion will, WCW Cruiserweight champion will be Ilya Dragunov.
Well, I think he's urgent because he's gone straight from the belt, tried to reach the strap, and the belt appears to have some kind of neurological event, but it is still very much perched high up there. Dragunov taking the smart move, rolling out of the ring and getting out of the line of sight of Rey Mysterio Jr.
Ciampa, the only person in the ring at the moment, he has set up a ladder looking to take home the championship in quick fashion.
He's cerebral, he's intelligent, his mental ability, his mental faculties give him such an advantage. Perfectly physically capable as well, but he will be needing to use all of his know-how, all of his nous to get his hands on this wonderful WCW Cruiserweight Championship.
Hello, Lily. How are you doing? Welcome to the first episode of WCW of this series. I don't know. I would say I'm excited about this, but I feel like Madge, I feel like you're excited.
I'm incredibly excited.
Exceed mine.
I've been looking forward to this for months, to be quite honest. I'm having to switch out of WCW announcer voice as I'm saying this. As you can hear. My very bad Tony Schiavone impression. No, but I'm unbelievably excited for it's like you said, Paper. It's creative potential. It's the lack of a filter. It's the lack of limits on what we can do. We can take some of the best wrestlers who have wrestled, are wrestling, and ever will wrestle, and put them all in one ring with whatever stipulations we want, with whatever, fighting for whatever championships we desire. And that is, for someone who loves this business and this sport, it's unbelievable. I am looking forward to what you wouldn't believe.
And indeed, for you, as a fan of World Championship Wrestling.
Fan of World Championship Wrestling, or as I like to call it, World Championship Wrestling. That's past the year like 1999. That's just not gonna lie, I might just bring Vince Russo in so I can have a manager match with him and just kick his ass. Exercise the spirit of WCW from this man who says bro more times than a fucking Long Islander.
Oh, don't tempt me to download a call of Vince Russo.
Look, if you do, as long as I get to kick his ass, I don't care. Do whatever you want. As long as I'm going over Vince Russo, it's fine. You do whatever you want.
That doesn't work for me, bro.
That doesn't work for me, bro.
And he's taking this to the outside now.
Suicide dive from Gargano, wiping out Ciampa on the outside. Meanwhile, Rey Mysterio with a Hurricane Runner. Dialing it up, 619, no, Dragunov catches him.
Dragunov is far too switched on, far too smart, for that this early in the match. He's got to put Dragunov down before he can land the finishing blow. Same with Ciampa, and I'd argue same with Mr. Wrestling, Johnny Gargano as well. Look at the awareness of Dragunov. He did get thrown off the top of the ladder, but he always knows where he is. He's always aware of when there's a slither of an opportunity to go for the belt. He will take it. But you have to keep your eyes on him. He is a tricky, slippery customer. He's in your Dragunov.
Oh, crash and burn from Mysterio there. Now, of course, one of the more interesting subplots when it comes to this match is, of course, the historic relationship between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa, formerly teammates in the team known as DIY. Two of the top stars in the history of NXT. Now they're here in the revitalised, the rebooted WCW. They're showing their stuff on the stage.
I think the thing is, Johnny Gargano, there's a lot of positives about the kid, but he does have an ego. He knows what he's got. He's not afraid to say it. He's not afraid to show it. So I don't think he was ever going to get into wrestling for that. One day he was going to go to the gold that would have only his name all around the belt. And that's exactly what he's doing right now. He knows, he believes that he can do it, can win this belt, and become the peak of this cruiserweight division, the cream of the cruiser crop.
Now, of course, one mistake we don't want people to make is we don't want you to think that the cruiserweight division or the cruiserweight competitors are any less or different, I suppose. Well, maybe different because they can do things that no one else can do. But we don't want to think of them as any less than our other competitors. Certainly, I would say any one of these four men could be a top contender for the WCW World Championship, which we will be seeing.
Absolutely. My personal, as a general manager, as the man who runs this show and this company,
hang on a second. Rey Mysterio looking for it again, and this time he gets the 619 on Dragunov, and the splash!
He was too worn down to resist. I think Mysterio may have put his right knee.
I think he kicked the table to pieces in mid-air. That's certainly a spot we haven't seen before. I'll tell you that much.
There he goes, right into the corner. Right in the jaw. What a shot.
You see Mysterio having to drag himself into the corner. He hasn't got the energy to get up. Maybe he hasn't got the ability with the injury to his knee. He seems completely dazed. I don't think he knows where he is. Ciampa locked in a submission maneuver. He's
got the guillotine locked in on Dragunov.
He's probably picked the worst person in this match to lock that in on, because Dragunov is an utter psychopath, just like Ciampa. He will take as much pain as you give him, and he will dish it out tenfold. So Ciampa better watch his back and watch Dragunov. Right powerbomb. Dragunov again. He is looking so powerful, so resilient. He refuses to quit. He doesn't know how to go up. I don't even know what that word means.
Not sure.
Mr. Wrestling dropped right in his head. Mr. Wrestling might be Mr. Hospital after this match.
Well, certainly all four of these men are going to wake up tomorrow feeling worse than they did beforehand. I'll tell you that much.
And I am adamant, as much as Mysterio has been superb in this match, I think that the way his, as he was going for the splash, he saw the table shatter. And I think it was his right knee, that surgically repaired right knee, that went straight through the table, and that could do far more damage to Mysterio than he ever could have done to Dragunov. Because it's one thing to hit a man hard with a splash, it's another thing to damage a carefully repaired and medically constructed part of your anatomy. That can be, it's very hard to just shake that off. Very, very hard indeed. We will have to see how Rey Mysterio Jr. gets on for the rest of this encounter for the WCW Cruiserweight Championship of the World.
And now Ray's got his hands on the title.
I think his fingers are about to be prized off that belt.
And Gargano looks to be out of the contest. I don't know why Ciampa decided to come down off of the ladder following. I mean, he took Ray out. Arguably, he had one hand on the title. It was his to lose there.
This is true. A little bit of a weak moment mentally. A poor bit of psychology there. Very rare from what was otherwise one of the best cruiserweight competitors, one of the smartest men in this business. We all have this. It happens to the very best of us. One thing I do want to say is that I think to call anyone in this match a weak link thus far, it's a bit like arguing who's the worst member of the Beatles. Yes, there might be a worse member, but without them, would it be the Beatles? Would it be, I don't know, the Three Tours? No. But I think Gargano so far, he's produced a decent account of himself, but he's struggled to keep up with the pace and the sheer brutality. I mean, moves are being, it's like bang, 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 bang. There isn't a moment to rest. There isn't a moment to rest on your laurels and to catch your breath. And I think the audience members here, I hope none of them suffer from any respiratory conditions because they will not have a moment to breathe.
Gargano. Iron Dragon of Dark looking perhaps for the Gargano escape. Will get the win, but would do some damage. The Dragon of again is wise.
Here we go, right in the that could ground Gargano for good. Just a few steps away from victory now. He better work quickly here.
But again, Ciampa's been the one who's been the most proactive about bringing down the championship, perhaps. But once again, he gets taken down, and Rey Mysterio sees the opportunity. He's the ladder incredibly poorly there, but he's going to climb up, looking to claim the Cruiserweight Championship. Ciampa's there, Dragunov's there, Gargano's there.
As it was once said in a certain video game franchise, everyone is here. Ciampa's going to have a better roster where he looks like he's sort of ambushed him. No, it was Dragunov.
Oh my goodness! You'd think Ciampa had the title in his grasp?
I thought Champion was our new cruiserweight champion, right there.
Rey Mysterio, and he takes Ciampa down. I think he just about connected.
Oh my God! Mysterio. Whatever I've said about his knee, clearly I'm not professional and he doesn't like to listen to doctors, because if he did, he wouldn't.
Ciampa with a fairy tale ending to the WCW legend.
I tell you what, if Rey Mysterio Jr. recovers from the predicament he's in right now, he is a more than worthy cruiserweight champion. He would have earned it through blood, sweat and tears.
Oh, landing on his feet from the German suplex. Just seeing the athletic prowess of Ilya Dragunov. Ciampa with a backstabber now to Gargano. Ray there with the ladder strikes at the strikes against Ciampa.
I think if Mysterio gets up there, if he can get past what is a formidable obstacle in Ilya Dragunov. Mind you, Mr. Wrestling is back in the ring.
Oh, gone. Oh, and again, Ciampa throwing down the ladder and DIY working together to stop Mysterio becoming the inaugural Cruiserweight Champion.
This is the problem for Ray. He's in the ring with three of the smartest people in wrestling, not just cruiserweights, just men in any walk of wrestling today. He's fighting for his life, and he's having to try and outwit people who they have their wits about them 24/7. You try and climb up that
Ciampa with the kendo stick. Rey Mysterio was waiting for him. He was looking for the 619, but it's just too much of a distance to set it up there.
There was too much going on. Too much traffic in the ring. mean, you've got to give credit to Rey Mysterio Jr. He's been exceptional tonight. He's been utterly brilliant, and he's not shied away. He's not been overruled by the occasion. He's not been scared by what comes in front of him. He has given everything, and he's treating these guys the same way as he'd treat, the greenest rookie in the training center in the power plant, or the greatest champion.
Dragunov's distracted. Rey Mysterio has an opportunity to grab the title, and he does it. Rey Mysterio is your first WCW Cruiserweight Champion.
Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the Magic Man from Mexico, Rey Mysterio Jr. He earned every pound of gold on that Cruiserweight belt. He is a more than deserving inaugural Monday Nitro Cruiserweight Champion. And I'm sure he'll defend that belt as valiantly and as brilliantly as he should do it. Absolutely superb. What a way to open the premier wrestling show in the world, Monday Nitro.
Oh, I don't know about the premiere show in wrestling,
We'll
but
see
certainly
what you've got going. We'll see what you've got on shot, won't we?
we will see. But I cannot deny that was a fantastic opening match.
Yeah.
But from there, it's not it. We're not slowing down. We're not slowing down. If you want to introduce us to our next match.
Indeed, I shall. Now, this match may not be for a championship. However, it will very much decide the fate and the path, the long winding road towards the WCW Women's Championship of the World. Because we have Ronda Rousey, the Ripper, the Crippler, the Destroyer, versus Bayley, the eminent horsewoman herself, and another lady who has quite the intimate connection to the Four Horsemen, Charlotte Flair. Ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be an exceptional match. We are following up great wrestling with great wrestling, and we will continue in that vein throughout this entire evening. That I can promise you.
We go from a fatal four-way into a triple threat. Anything could happen here. Let's get this one underway. And we are starting with the baddest woman on the planet, Rowdy Ronda Rousey.
Yeah. And we would do well not to forget, this is a lady who has extensive real combat experience. She has extensive experience in martial arts, striking, submissions, kicking, punching. She can do it all. She can do every single thing. And those are the kind of fundamentals of wrestling. I mean, you've got, it's a bit like having an amateur background when you become a professional. When you have that background of the basics of the sport, it gives you an unbelievable advantage. And that is why she has become known as such a fearsome woman. Someone who is so unbelievably tough to beat, let alone to prize her fingers away from the golden allure of the Women's Championship. She does have her work cut out for her tonight.
She does. I hate to say it as the SmackDown. However, what we are seeing in this match is a triple threat between three of the very best in the world.
If my own competition is admitting it, you know it's got to be true. And he's not Vince McMahon, so he's not saying it because they're all female.
Oh God. You see it pulls on the back of that vest that Bayley is wearing. It says damage control. You can confirm that Bayley has, in recent times, she's formed a bit of an alliance we will see the other members of Damage Control in weeks to come, I am sure. But tonight it's Bayley in one-on-one action. She has jumped ship. You can see it here. Bayley was a member of the SmackDown roster last year, but in the draft she was brought over to Monday nights.
And look, I did try and convince Bayley to rep the colours of Monday Nitro, but do you know what? The red and black is close enough. I'm sure if people are mildly colourblind or a bit inebriated, they probably notice. Speaking of colour similarities, Charlotte Flair.
Hello, Charlotte Flair has arrived.
It's not the only similarity she bears. She is obviously the daughter of probably what most people would consider the face of World Championship Wrestling, the most iconic man to ever set foot to style and profile in a WCW ring. But don't let that be your overwhelming opinion of Miss Charlotte Flair. She is unbelievably talented. There's a reason that she has held the belt of our competition so many times. There is a reason that she is known to be the queen, the creme de la creme, the cream of the crop of women's wrestling today. And there is a reason that she has chosen to come here. The allure of the family legacy, of her father's unprecedented achievements. He's been in her ear a little bit. He's been having discussions with Charlotte. He knows what WCW means to the people, to the fans,
And she shows why she's the most ruthless and dominant woman in sports entertainment history. Always guaranteed to have a vicious plan of attack. Most are playing checkers, while the queen is a grand master at chess.
She's going to have to get anything over Bayley. And to be honest, every single one of Bayley's has their work. The referee standing in one corner like he's about to take part in the match. I honestly think he'd get his lights fucking clocked. He'd get his clock cleaned if he tried to.
Actually, Matt, I think you'll find that we have become more progressive this season, because I think if we're paying attention, I mean, it's definitely not the same referee as we saw during Charlotte's entrance, but shush, we have a female referee for this match.
Fantastic. See, we believe in equality here in World Championship Wrestling. We give people equal opportunities to be shit at their jobs.
You know, I have to ask Corey, how much of an actual strategy is there in a no disqualification match?
How long until we run a referee storyline?
As the owner of this company and the booker for these shows, if we get to tonight without a major fuck up from one of the referees, I consider that a dub.
I was going to say we successfully got through the first match, but I think that's actually because there was no referee, because it was TLC.
Yeah, pretty much. I should make them all TLC matches, no refs. It's a plus of itself.
Well, this is a regular triple threat match. There are no disqualifications and there are no countouts. It's first woman to get pinfall or submission over one of their opponents. Bayley is content for the time being to sit on the outside, let Ronda and Charlotte go at it. And she sneaks back into the ring, but Ronda sees it coming.
And set right into the corner.
Yep, I think this is a classic old-fashioned wrestling contest in WCW. It's what we're known for. We don't have all the bells and the whistles, the silly characters, the jokey costumes, the dopey stories. We just let people who are talented and have ability get in the ring and do what they do best. Entertain people around the world with their...
No dopey story, says the company that ran the Judy Bagwell on a forklift match.
Right, okay bro. Listen to me, bro. There was a contractual obligation to put Judy Bagwell on some piece of construction equipment in there. We happen to have a forklift available on the day, okay? Do you know what? Okay, wrestling history fact. I am genuinely going to try not to distract from the brilliant work these ladies are doing in the ring. They deserve better than that, so I will keep this short. I've watched that match, and it's actually pretty good. It's a good match. Genuinely a really quite good match.
I've never watched it, so I actually can't comment.
It's
I just know the premise is the most stupid thing I've ever heard in my life.
Look, all right. Look, you could have put Canyon and Buff Bagwell together for a match for the rights to the Blockbuster company, and they probably could have had a good match. So it's not really saying much, but like, it means something, doesn't it? It was probably the best match on that card, actually.
Oh, that is depressing.
I think this was the card that was. I'm trying to remember if it was New Blood Rising or Bash on the Beach. I think it was New Blood Rising.
Hang on, Charlotte looking for the moonsault, and she manages to flip through. Bayley thought she got out of the way of the moonsault, but Flair reacted brilliantly and then gets clocked with a baseball bat.
Only Charlotte could manage to pull that off. Who else would you think, when you've missed the original moonsault, would have the quickness of thought, the speed of technique, to just flip straight through and do it again? No one else will do that besides Charlotte Flair. Nobody else.
Well, Ronda Rousey there connecting with the Piper's Pit maneuver with Charlotte Flair, and now looking. She's got a hold of the ankle, paying homage to, of course, her first professional wrestling match where she teamed with Kurt Angle. That is the ankle lock, and Bayley is in trouble.
She's in serious trouble. That submission can be a career ending. I've seen it happen far too many times. And
luckily, Bayley is able to get out of it on this occasion, but the damage is certainly done.
Luckily is the key word there. If you've got good conditioning, the quickest way to bring you down to a normal level is with any submission maneuver, and the ankle lock is pretty much perfect for that. It does a number on you before you even start to realise it, to be quite frank. Goodness gracious me.
The legendary Kurt Angle won many a championship at that very same.
Indeed, but while he sucks, this match definitely doesn't. It's been fabulous to watch so far. So much fluid, fantastic wrestling, chain wrestling, submissions, power moves. It's got everything. And that's what we're all about on WCW Monday Nitro. We give you the works. We put out all the stops every single week. So keep watching. Stay tuned. Don't.
Looking disgusted to be in the ring with her opposition now.
And now Ronda starting to find herself in a bit of a precarious position. Bayley with a Bayley to belly off of the top rope. The first Bayley to belly we've seen. The first Bayley to belly of the series, and it's a big one. And then Charlotte just slaps her down, looking for a cover, not off of the Bayley to belly, but off of the slap. Maybe looking to take Bayley out of the equation.
Honestly, the way she was dragging Bayley around, I thought she was going to throw her on Ronda Rousey for the pin. I didn't quite know what was going on there, but these ladies are far more tuned in with wrestling than I am, to be quite frank with you. I book the shows, they give us the goods.
Oh, Charlotte was looking for that devastating spear, and yet Ronda Rousey was prepared for it. The chop from Flair. Oh, and Ronda's rolled out the ring. Natural selection. Charlotte to progress. 1, 2. No, Bayley gets the shoulder up. I thought that was it. It's all fallen perfectly for Charlotte Flair.
With the strength of Bayley to get that shoulder up, it's the kind of thing you'd think to see in a superhero movie, not wrestling. Charlotte Flair has got so much more energy, so much more strength, so much more conditioning to win this. I think it's a matter of time for Flair as well. She keeps her cool, holds her nerve, and uses the unbelievable wrestling mind. We know she's got. Absolutely.
I mean, you see him when you're seeing Flair set up the natural selection. You saw Ronda Rousey rolling out of the ring to take a breather, not aware of what was going on around her. I thought it was Charlotte Flair's moment, and it's going to happen again. Flair with the moonsault. Ronda's going to be there to break it up, though.
Ronda is now.
Hang on, Ronda with the takedown. It's the arm bra. The armbar from Ronda Rousey. If she can get the full extension on this, she's going to break Flair's arm.
Bailey's in no position to stop it as well. She's completely out. She's able to pull herself, drag herself up.
I just don't think Ronda.
I think we all forgot.
I don't think Ronda had it fully locked in.
I
don't think she had it fully locked in.
That could be it, but I think we're forgetting who we were talking about. We're talking about a Flair. Who knows better about how to get out of submission lines than a member of the Flair family? I'll answer that for you. Nobody.
Well, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure what's happened there. Bailey, I think it's just the sheer. She sort of got stuck between Ronda and Charlotte in that match.
I think Bailey had
it
been
just
hit
caught up
by
with
so
her.
much. I think if you look back at it, Bailey had been hit by so much over that match. She just didn't have the energy and the wherewithal to kick out. I mean, it was an incredible
It's gonna be Ronda Rousey who advances to the championship match. And if you're in the WCW Women's division, you are looking at this with concern.
I will say that in a far more to the point, blunt way. You are fucking shitting yourself. You might lose your job. I mean, I just want to be clear. I'm not going to fire anybody if they don't beat Ronda Rousey. That was a joke. That's not in the plan. That's not in the plan for our women's division or any of our divisions, actually.
We are going to take a short break, guys. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back from a short commercial break, and we are into our next bit of action here on Nitro.
See, ladies and gentlemen,
And it
that's
is
how
time.
you know. That's how you know that we're better than our previous iteration. We didn't interrupt the match to do a commercial break. We do things different here.
And it is time to crown the WCW Tag Team Champions. And out first, it is the representatives of Imperium.
The following is a fatal four-way tag team
It's a bit called Imperium. Probably a little bit of a dull, bit easy description, but they are Imperius.
Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser. Imperium.
Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci looking to claim tag team gold tonight. And they are not the only members of Imperium who are looking to become champions indeed. We'll touch more on that later. I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't really know what's happening here. I see a Money in the Bank briefcase above the ring. I can confirm this match is for the Tag Team Championships. I'm not sure what's happened there.
It's fine. I just fancied a bit of easy money, so they're actually going to exchange the $1 million in that briefcase for the tag title. If they'd like, they can choose to keep the $1 million, which I kind of understand. I mean, I'm paying them, but I'm not paying them that well. But then I would just throw the tag titles to two random people in the audience, and they're now our tag champions.
Nicholas and Braun Strowman will be your tag team champions.
The boy Nicholas, Nicky. Yes.
But they're not the only team looking to capture tag team gold, because here come the New Day. They're throwing stuff out to the fans. They're giving them pancakes. They're giving them bootios.
They've absolutely yeeted that box of bootios. Are you sure there's actually stuff in that box? The speed at which Big E threw that box was not human. That was not.
I hope you've all been eating your bootios. They're nutritious and delicious.
I can't believe you have Imperium, like the most serious, stoic people on this earth, versus a man who is throwing a box and telling people to eat booty, and a guy who chucks pancakes into the audience. It's an interesting combination. Big E clearly practicing some kind of stroke. I don't know what sort of stroke that is. As long as it's not a stroke that means he has creative control of his contract, we're good.
Well, last time we saw Big E, it was over on SmackDown, and he was having a bit of a classic rivalry. Randy Orton culminated at Survivor Series last year.
It's true, but Big E, he's not just a team player, he cares about his friends, he always backs the boys. And when Kofi Kingston approached him and said, look, we can go in this crazy, huge stakes, intense match with some of the best people in any tag division ever, for the WCW Monday Nitro Cruiserweight, the Tag Team Championships. The Cruiserweight Championships, hold that thought. For Kofi Kingston, hold that thought, because there may well be more to come from him on that front. Big E was all over. He didn't need to be asked twice. Speaking of a man who doesn't need to be asked twice, Damian Priest.
Now this is interesting. Of course, Damian Priest, we did see a decent amount of him last year. He made some appearances on the SmackDown brand. He's now here on WCW as a part of the new stable, the Judgment Day. But interestingly, he and his tag team partner choosing to make separate entrances in this contest tonight. Maybe this new team is not quite on the same page just yet. We'll have to see if that's going to reflect them in this contest.
That's
but of course,
certainly a good point. Certainly a good point. There's a few questions I have for this. One of them is that There's a couple of other possibilities. Maybe that's why the separate entrances are going. It could just be mind games. It could be a psychological tactic to increase the level of intimidation. You know, you're not just going through one entrance and getting all out of the way at once. You're going through two separate entrances. You're seeing two different guys come in the ring and you know that they're going to be looking out for each other. So maybe that's part of it as well.
Well, we saw a bit of Damian Priest last season. We also saw a bit of his tag team partner, the man who will be joining him as part of the Judgment Day in this contest. It's the Prince, Finn Balor.
It's an interesting combination, isn't it? The Prince and the Priest. It'll be interesting to see what they get up to in this one. Fascinating.
Finn Balor, we the only. Go ahead.
I was just saying, frankly, to have Finn Balor and Damian Priest in one tag team is kind of absurd. I mean, just having Damian Priest or just having Finn Balor in a tag team would be ridiculous by itself. Then you put them together. It's not some kind of nuclear science equation where the only outcome is devastation to their opponents.
Well, the Judgment Day, as I said, a newly formed team, and I can confirm Priest and Balor are not the only members of the Judgment Day who will see more of this group going forward on WCW. But right now it's about these two.
But we have one member of the Judgment Day, not here in this ring right now, but who will be in action later tonight.
Indeed, and much like the two that we've seen already, this third person is a face that we know quite well from last year. So look forward to that.
And
but
doing
right now,
it's a version of the T pose, the F pose, on that cameraman in the corner.
But it's time to get the last team out for this match. And I know this is a team, and one individual in particular that the WCW General Manager is very excited to have on this show.
Yep, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of things have changed from the days of my GM, but me simping is definitely not one of them. Because I gotta be honest, I absolutely love both of these guys, but keep an eye on the man to your right, Montez Ford. Look out for him. Don't let him escape your notice. Don't let him go under your radar. The guy's magic. He's got that. There are some wrestlers who have they have ability in the ring. They can go with anybody, but they never quite make it to that upper level because they don't have that extra bit of star power, that bit of charisma, the bit of magic dust that you need to succeed in wrestling and make your mark on this business. Montez Ford
the man just
has got it.
The man just phased through a ladder. If that
Just phased through a ladder. The guy has made plastic cups that you use for beer pong and at a cheap student union look like some kind of luxury item because he's that iced out, he's that drippy that everything he touches turns to drip gold. Seth Rollins actually takes fashion advice from this man. That's how insane.
Whoa.
Come on, you can't deny he's iced out. He's Montez Ford is iced out.
He is, but
Can't
you can't be telling me that the Gucci one takes fashion advice from him. I'm not having this.
Oh, I think he does. I think the only person in wrestling who has got the drip game more on point than the Gucci King, Seth Rollins, is the prima donna of Prada.
Oh, we're going there, are we?
We're going
well,
there.
to be fair,
To
be fair, the Street Profits right up gate showing fantastic teamwork against Ludwig Kaiser. This is a ladder match for the tag team.
That actually is probably is the biggest game changer for the Street Profits in a match like this. It's what allows them to close the gap and to go toe to toe with any other tag team in this division. And we've got some fabulous tag teams in this WCW tag team division. Believe you me. The teamwork they have, the synchronicity, the energy. They're not just on the same wavelength. They're tuned into the same radio station. They're listening to Classic FM, and they produce classics every single week. They're out.
I can't deny that. You wanna talk about being on the same page. These two are on the same word.
Oh, they really are. They're not on the same page. They're on the same chapter. They're on, they're on the same
more
publishing
specific than a
press.
chapter, but yes.
It-
Giovanni, what happens? What the fuck, Giovanni?
But the question is, will the chapter that we open in this tag team division be labelled the Street Profits? Will it be the New Day? Will it be Imperium's Conquest? Or will it be Judgment Day? There's only one way to find out. Keep your eyes glued and your TVs tuned to WCW Monday Nitro.
As I said, I'm not too sure what's happening with the briefcase above the ring. It's not for money in that briefcase. This
I
is
really hope.
for...
Look, I'm talking out of character.
Tag
I really hope that when we pick the briefcase down, it doesn't say that they've won like Money in the Bank or something. I really hope that. I really hope that, because that kind of suck. That would kind of suck.
Brief bit of teamwork there from Giovanni and Balor against Kofi Kingston, but it didn't last long. It's now Kofi seizing this opportunity. Now Giovanni and Finn both ascending the ladder. Kofi Kingston is there, as is Damian Priest. Priest looking to help out his tag team partner. Balor going to be the first person to get his hand on the title briefcase thing. There's not going to work out for him, I'm afraid. Oh, hang on. Priest looking for a big manoeuvre early on. Looking for the razor's edge on Montez Ford, and he gets it.
And somewhere far above all of us, a certain bad guy who's got a cheeky smile and a toothpick in his mouth.
Down goes Kofi, down goes Priest, and now Giovanni Vinci with a suplex into a powerbomb. Brilliant manoeuvre by
Giovanni
the
Vinci,
member of Imperium.
the adopted German with the least German name all the time. Genuinely might be the least German thing I've ever heard, Giovanni Vinci.
Well, he's not meant to be German, he's meant to be Italian.
I'm kidding around. I mean, look, whatever you can call him, you can call him Giovanni Vinci, you can call him whatever you want, he's great. He's one of those names who, I think that the temptation and the natural response is to see him as a bit part player in a bigger scheme, a bigger team. But the guy can wrestle, he can hold his own with everyone in this ring, no matter how talented and big time they might be.
Priest dumping Giovanni off at the top of the ladder. Priest looking to win this one for the Judgment Day. Ford looking to make a stop to it here. Priest, oh, and the ladder gives way. There's a tumble. Everyone's down. Big E's doing a bit of weightlifting on the outside with the stairs. Giovanni Vinci's taking a nap, and everyone's getting back into it.
Big E just decided, you know what, I love you, Kofi, but I love my gains even more.
Priest looking for a chokeslam, perhaps. Then sit out chokeslam there. He does connect with it. There's just so much going on in this match. It's
So I think Big E...
a bit difficult to keep up with.
I mean, Big E needs to get his head in the game, like he seems to be spending more time figuring out what weapon to use and playing up to the crowd than he is helping out now.
Vinci with a spinning powerbomb, dropping Finn Balor.
I never thought anyone could take an airplane spin and make it look less clapped, but Giovanni Vinci has done it, and for that he scores major points in my book. I'll be very honest with you. Is that a moonsault by Vinci? That was fabulous.
Oh, it's off of the lad, off of the second row. That was less impressive, however.
Yeah, just
Ford.
ambitious.
Did Ford? I think Montez Ford just hit Finn Balor with the rock bottom. I think
This
that's
is
what
why.
he just did.
This is why I'm unabashed to say for Montez Ford. Who else is hitting Finn Balor with the rock bottom? I love him so much.
Oh, God, hang on. Sorry, Madge. Sorry, Madge. I'm going to have to interrupt. I'm going to have to interrupt you for a second. Oh, Big E hits the big ending. We did lose the feed for just a second there.
Well, I was just talking about how much I loved Snoop Dogg's. I said rock bottom, but it was a people's elbow, so do forgive me, ladies and gentlemen. Big E has just taken a bump to thin air itself. He's just taken a bump to the spirit of Christmas past.
Vinci with a senton.
Yep. Giovanni Vinci saw he took a bump to the Christmas past and brought him back into the present with a senton through a steel. That was horrific to watch, but maybe it's the wake-up call that Big E needs, because he's not quite been at the races. Not been his usual self tonight. Although he looks like he might not be at the races ever again, because he's getting up now, but he was out for some time. Enough time for Vinci to ascend the ladder. That title is looking more like by the moment, and Vinci...
It does indeed! Despite the best efforts of Big E, Vinci brings down the briefcase championship thingamajigabob, and despite the fact that the game is telling us that it's
WCW Monday match for a briefcase championship belt thing, whatever the fuck this damn thing is, they want it. Whatever it is, it now belongs to Imperium.
Look, the point is, despite what it's trying to tell us, Imperium are your WCW Tag Team Champions.
That they are, and that is why Vinci is clutching his stomach in disbelief and pointing to the heavens, because he knows how much this means. He knows the prestige, the power, and the honour that comes with winning the WCW Tag Team Championships. And I'll be honest, again, every team performed. Big E had a bit of a night to forget, but Kofi Kingston held up his end of the bargain and dragged New Day through it. You can't really say that Imperium didn't deserve the win there. They were clinical, they were cold, they were calculating, and they were absolutely ruthless. It's no more than you'd expect from two of the most powerful, poised men in wrestling.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, let us waste no time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we were talking about Imperium. Their exploits were on our lips, but can they make it 2-0? Can they finish off the job? And can their erstwhile leader, their de facto king, the head of this imperial table, can he become the inaugural United States champion of WCW? Now this is a belt, ladies and gentlemen, which might, because of the exploits of a certain other company, might seem a little bit ropey, a little less prestigious than it really is, but this belt has been held by some of the greatest and brightest of our time. Steve Austin was a multiple time holder of this belt. Ricky Steamboat won it on multiple occasions. Ric Flair has held this belt multiple times. It has been held in the hands of greatness. But will it be held in the hands of Gunther? Or will this man, Ricochet, one of the most exciting, heart-stopping, genius wrestlers working in this business today?
We saw a bit of Ricochet last year as part of the SmackDown roster. He got to show what he can do, but this year he's going to hope to break through that glass ceiling, and he has the opportunity here to capture the United States Championship. But it's not going to be easy. Look, they're back.
To be fair, that's a good turnaround time. They barely had a moment's rest, but when you've got Gunther telling you what to do, you're not really going to say no, are you? Let's be honest.
I'm not sure what's going on here, because Gunther's normally the one to take up the central position, but I guess he's given Giovanni Vinci a bit of credit.
I mean, he was the one who got his hands on the WCW patented Tag Team Briefcase Championship, extra super cool money thing, whatever the hell it was. I think Gunther might seem like a very tough, demanding, cruel leader, and he very much is. But even he knows you've got to motivate sometimes. You've got to be able to keep your boys on side. So he gives Vinci a little pat on the back there. He recognises how well they did to get their hands on our tag team championships. He's giving them a bit of a boost, a bit of a leg up, letting them have their moment in this summer. As you can see by the fact that they get into the ring first as well. He's allowed them their moment.
But this man right here, Gunther, he is known as the Ring General. He is the leader of Imperium, and as they do declare, the mat is sacred. And tonight, Gunther looks to complete this extraordinary beginning to Imperium's holy war on the sacred mat of the WCW ring. Can Gunther claim the United States Championship? That's the prize right there that they are fighting for.
Indeed.
It's time to get this one underway. It is Ricochet and Gunther for the US title. Let's get this one going.
And make no mistake, Gunther may not be... He may not be from these United States of America. But as you said, the mat is sacred to him. Wrestling, for all of Imperium, is a way of life. It is a religion. It is a holy deity to be respected and protected at all times, in every...
And that's that huge shot from Gunther, dropping the one and only Ricochet.
Absolutely classic. That is a trademark of this big man, this ferocious competitor, this devastating man, this insane human being. Look at the shape he's in, the way he's built, the power, the strength, the precision, the technique, the brutality, the hatred burning in the eyes of that man. He is a different breed. You very rarely see it in any walk.
He's about as no nonsense as you get.
Well, when something is taken,
and as I say that,
don't mess about.
And as I say that, he basically sits on Ricochet.
It was almost a leg drop with no leg. All of Gunther's gluteuses were put to use there. And Ricochet, I mean, even this early in the match, he is absolutely dazed. I don't think he knows what he's come up against. He knew that Gunther was a ferocious competitor. I don't think he expected him to be this deadly, this destructive, this powerful.
I'll tell you what, so far it has been one-way traffic in this contest.
Absolutely. I mean, we're talking about the guy's called Ricochet, but he's bouncing off Gunther right now. It's like Gunther's made out of rubber. He's turned Ricochet into a rubber bullet. It's like he's playing a game.
Another chop. He's telling Ricochet to stay down. This is Gunther's ring. This is Gunther's time.
And in Gunther's somewhat warped mind, that's probably almost an act of community service, telling someone, you know, if you get up, I'm just going to crush you again and again and again. I'm not going to stop until you stop, or until I get the 1, 2, 3. Right move to get back.
A springboard Pele kick from Ricochet as he starts to find some momentum in this one, but Gunther catches him off of the Hurricane Runner, and that's a power bomb.
And how things change so quickly, what a difference a moment can make. Gunther is going to pick him up and powerbomb him again, and he did. I tell you what, I want to say it could be a long night for Ricochet for this match.
Well, hang on, Ricochet with a powerbomb of his own to Gunther, but Gunther kicks out at one. I think that's Gunther's own powerbomb that he used against him.
It looked like it.
And Gunther was having none of it. They've connected, but Ricochet in no better of a position than he was before.
I know he had him down. When Gunther gets up, Gunther's got up from that, he is going to be absolutely livid with Ricochet. He's poked the bear there. He's trying to win this match, he has put his head into the jaws of the beast now. And he's got to be very,
it's a takedown from Gunther.
That's another thing we don't talk about enough with Gunther. Yes, he's powerful. Yes, he's built like a freight train, for God's sake, like a truck. It's like being hit with a heavy vehicle. But one thing he is an unbelievable in-ring technician, but he's got the psychology as well. He's a genius when it comes to wrestling. Is Gunther. That's why he says the mat is sacred. When something's sacred, you don't take a shallow, a weak approach to it. You think about it day in, day out, moment to moment, all the time. You
Just a
understand
chop
it.
and another.
And even one of those chops is enough to just absolutely slam Ricochet's prone body into the mat. It's like watching someone drop a carcass in a wrestling ring. I mean, Ricochet's just taking an absolute beating. He's getting the beating of his life. Look at those knees from Gunther. He's just jamming it into the temple. He knows exactly which areas to hit you in to produce the maximum pain, the desired effect.
Oh, hang on a second. Ludwig Kaiser gonna get involved here now. I don't think Gunther needs him, to be honest, but he's just making sure. You'd have to think.
I mean, Imperium.
And now Gunther! Gunther with a rear naked choke. And he could easily make Ricochet tap out if he wants to, but he decides no. That's not how Gunther wants to make this one. That's not. Oh, hang on, Ricochet fighting back. A drop kick barely even stuns Gunther, to be honest. And again, Gunther catches him as he goes for the Hurricane Runner. And there's a power bomb.
I mean, God bless Ricochet here. He's never given up. He's
and now Gunther with another power bomb. The jackknife cover. 2, 3. Gunther is your United States champion.
Der Ubermensch is on top of the United States. But the question is, with a dominant display like that, could this man, this thing, this demon, could he be on top of the world very soon? We will see, but for now, he will enjoy. He has taken the theology of this religion he calls wrestling to a new height. He's seen new insights. Sometimes when he wins a title, Gunther, he looks almost as though he's having a spiritual reckoning in that ring. And that for him will rank as one of his finest moments. He didn't put his hands around that WCW United States Championship. He ripped it from the cold, dead fingers of Ricochet and shoved it around his waist. Dominantly. Unbelievable.
Have a good night, though. Thank you for coming to the stream.
Yes, Lily, have a good night. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed, but there will be much more to come from World Championship Wrestling.
Well, we're going to pick up a bit of a thread, or maybe even a couple of threads that we touched on earlier, because it is a novel. Well, actually, I'll leave it to you.
It's time for WCW Monday Knitting. We're picking up threads and knitting them. No, jokes aside, we were talking earlier about the future of the WCW Women's Championship. We were talking about the path, the long winding road that it will take to crown our inaugural champion. It won't take too long, but we're going to let it simmer. We're going to let it boil and bubble, and let anticipation build up for a bit, because much like earlier tonight, we've got a triple threat here. And now we know that the winner of this triple threat will face Ronda Rousey for a chance to become our very first WCW Women's Champion. We were talking earlier about Judgment Day. Feast your eyes upon their erstwhile leader. I would certainly.
No, that is. Oh, I don't think it's an argument. There is no doubt that Rhea Ripley. We're talking about Judgment Day. This is the bringer of Armageddon, the Eradicator, Rhea Ripley.
Absolutely spot on. And who said wrestling was a man's world?
I didn't. I'll tell you that much. That's all I've got to offer on that statement. Oh, we've lost him. That's why.
I'm here.
I have no idea if you heard my response.
I don't think I did.
I said I certainly didn't, and that's all I have to say on that statement.
Yeah.
But speaking of some of the top competitors in the women's division, we've just seen one in Rhea Ripley, but here comes Asuka.
Speaking of me being a simp, again, we're continuing with that theme. This is probably my favourite women's wrestler active today, maybe ever, for me. She's so unique. There's so very few people in this business like Asuka. She brings that indescribable flair, that inimitable quality that only she really has. You know, I mean, everyone loves Charlotte Flair, everyone loves Becky Lynch, everyone loves Rhea Ripley. But as great as they are, you can't really say they're anything like Asuka. And Asuka is nothing like them. And that's what makes her so special, so unique to watch. Rhea almost looks to be somewhat of a hockey-inspired mask, appropriate considering where we are right now in the United States. But she doesn't need a stick. She doesn't need a puck. She just needs 2 other women in that ring and the chance, the knowledge that she could become the women's champion of the world.
Asuka coming fresh off a victory at WrestleMania against one of her opponents tonight. She did defeat Rhea Ripley. But the third woman in this match is someone who really took the ball by the horns last year. It is the former women's champion of Raw. It's Io Sky.
And at first you might think, oh, I don't know so much about Asuka. I've not heard much about her. She must just have been put in here to make up the numbers. Absolutely not. This is a lady. She doesn't matter just because she's part of Damage Control. She matters because she is one of the very best in this business. Female, male, doesn't matter. She is something very, very special. And she will be right up there, whether it's now, whether it's in a month's time, whether it's in a year's time. She will be in. She'll have her hat in the ring for that women's championship. Okay, I'm counting that as a ref fuck up. It's close enough. It's a production fuck up. That's what it is. It's a production.
We can always rely on one of our referees or the camera crew to just completely botch everything.
You can. Well, I mean, by rely we mean not rely on them, but we can. Shit.
We have to say this is 3 of the top performers in the women's division last year. All doing excellent performances. In Rhea Ripley's case, really putting on a great showing across both shows.
True. Very rare that you hear of that. She's also now become someone who's jumped from WWE to WCW. And I'm pretty confident she's now going to put on great shows in WCW. If you were a betting man, you'd bet your house on it. If I had a house, I would bet my house on it.
That's a code breaker from Asuka. Very early on into this contest, and now an octopus stretch. Trying to get Rhea Ripley to tap out. There's a brilliant counter from Rhea Ripley to turn that into a sidewalk slam. You mentioned it during the entrances, but we can confirm Io Sky is the second member of Damage Control. Of course, we saw Bayley earlier on tonight. And you may be thinking to yourself, you may reflect on the past 12 months of what happened in IGN, looking at what those two accomplished, and you may think, damn, that is a brilliant tag team. But there is a third woman, a woman we have not seen tonight.
Indeed.
A new member to the roster who we didn't get to see last year, Dakota Kai.
Yep.
Also a member of Damage Control. I'm sure we'll see her in 2 weeks.
We here at World Championship Wrestling haven't brought in a single person to make up the numbers. We don't believe in that. We believe in bringing people in to make use of them, so they can show what they can do. To me, that. Sorry, bit of a cough there, ladies and gentlemen. Excuse me. But everyone who's here will get a fair shake. If you have the ability, if you can get people invested in what you're doing, if you can show what you can do and show that you've earned it and you deserve it, you can get a shot at any title in certain place. Just because you're a cruiserweight doesn't mean you can't challenge for the world title. Just because you're a heavyweight, or because you're a cruiserweight, or because you're considered a smaller name in this business, that doesn't mean you can't work your way up. The glass ceiling, the very moment I took over this company and signed on to become the lead creative man on Monday Nitro, the glass ceiling was shattered in a moment. It no longer exists. It's the stuff of legend and funny looks over a pint. The glass ceiling in WCW is dead. Long live the meritocracy of Monday Nitro.
I believe that one when I see it. Although for now, so far so good. So far so good. Oh! A calamitous moment on the outside. Rhea Ripley looking for a suplex, and at the same time, Io Sky diving out through the ropes. And I don't think any of those women came off particularly well in that exchange.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's more about telling who came off worst in the exchange rather than who came off best, because no one came off it well, I have to say. I guess Rhea Ripley, because she took the least of it, because she wasn't in the position for a move to be done. I don't know.
Yeah, Sky looking for some sort of double underhook maneuver, but Asuka turns it into an Alabama slam. And a big kick. We know how devastating those kicks from Asuka can be. And this is the move that put her away at WrestleMania. The running hip attack. Connecting from Asuka. Not going to go for the cover this time though. As Asuka perhaps looking for the Asuka lock.
I think in fact there's a bit of a power play. You know, a bit of a way of wrestling
mind games.
These mind games, exactly. Because you know, when you get hit by a move that's put you away before, it's not just the physical impact, it's the mental strain that it puts on you. Because you know you've lost to that move before.
Hang on a second. Rhea Ripley with the Koji clutch. That is Io Sky's own maneuver. There's so much. I don't even know what to touch on there. The foot was on the rope for added leverage. Asuka wiping out the referee in a spinning heel kick.
I will give it
to Rhea Ripley.
And I am biased. I think that was an accident. You could just tell her eyes were laser focused on Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. She went for the kick. I almost think she got almost like everything went a bit blurred and fuzzy in her mind. I don't think she knew quite who was in front of her. She realised when that pin wasn't broken up, or when the submission, wasn't broken up, she knew she'd hit someone by accident. She just had to get on and do the job.
We noticed a bit of a slow count there from the ref, whether he's a bit stunned still, or whether that was deliberate retaliation against Asuka. It did allow Rhea Ripley to kick out that maneuver a bit.
That's true. I mean, Ripley went for a look, and I think she's a bit afraid of what Asuka might do to her. She feels the need to get a quick advantage. Beautiful elbow by Asuka on the outside. There's no love lost between these two ladies. There's no love lost between any of them. Someone wearing the I'm Your Pappy shirt. Can we get Dominic Mysterio on the phone, please? Can we get in contact with him? I think we have some information you might like to know.
Io Sky rolls to the outside of the ring, and now it's a back and forth between Rhea Ripley and Asuka. Rhea with the Riptide! And that could be it. Io Sky has recovered outside the ring. Rhea taking a bit too long to make the cover. And indeed, it is Io Sky that's going to make the save on this occasion.
Io Sky was lucky that Ripley took so long to make the cover, because for some inexplicable reason, she's an intelligent woman and a great wrestler. I don't know what she was thinking. She started taunting and messing about on the outside of the ring. Oh my god. Oh, I thought Io Sky might have had it won there from 0 to hero.
For a brief moment. From a brief moment, she did seem to have it won. It would have been very impressive on a maneuver like that.
I tell you what, I didn't expect it. This might be match of the night so far. It's been such a fast-paced. It's been a really
A
good
cover.
contest as well.
A cover off of the delayed suplex, and Io Sky gets the kick out of one, and I definitely saw a bit of frustration from Rhea Ripley there. There's no doubt about it.
Ripley was pissed. You could see that she was flailing about, thrashing when she got up there. So she wasn't there. There's no doubt about it. She wasn't there.
That's going to the corner now. What's Io Sky looking for here? Perhaps that famous Spanish fly. Asuka slips in behind. Can she get down? She does. The Asuka lock. Rhea Ripley needs to move quickly to break this one up.
Yeah, if Rhea Ripley doesn't get her.
And she does. She does just about. She took her sweet time, I think.
You see, to be fair to Rhea Ripley, you could see that she was drawing her thumb across her throat, trying to psych herself up and try and get one over on Asuka and Io Sky. But as soon as she saw Asuka had the Asuka lock in, she knew what that meant. She knew she had to put a stop to it immediately. The match was over, and she would not be going to face Ronda Rousey for the next championship. She knew. She's a smart woman, Rhea Ripley. She knew exactly.
Rhea Ripley, electric chair into the face buster, but Asuka's alive. Into the cover. Asuka going to break this one up easily.
Yes. Paper. I've got a bit of a question for you, and I feel more comfortable. I'm more interested in your answer now than I was at the start of the match, because it's been so back and forth. All three of these ladies could have won this at some point. Who do you think is going to win, having seen what we've seen thus far?
I am going to go with... I think I'm just about going to go with Rhea Ripley's Io Sky breaks up the cover, but really it could go any way in this contest. There's a devastating record knee.
Absolutely agree. I think the odds on all these ladies right now have shortened considerably. Put it that way. If there was a favourite before this match, there isn't a favourite now. It's the Wild West in there. It's the Wild West on WCW.
Rhea Ripley happy to let Io Sky and Asuka go at it, but there's the moonsault. Ripley needs to get in there and break this up now.
I think she will. She surely knows what's going on.
Dropkick stuns Io Sky, but doesn't take her off her feet. That dropkick does though.
That was very intelligent from Rhea Ripley. She went to grab Io Sky and then realised she was going to jam her knees right into the abdomen of Asuka, and just let it go for a little bit, because there's no harm done in letting your opponent harm your other opponent. You're not going to lose from it. It's a win-win situation. So.
Well, oh, hang on a second. I've been sitting back too much to relax and enjoy this one. Do apologise there.
Enjoys my programming so much. I'm quite honoured. I always feel a tear coming to my eye. That's straining hard enough.
And there's the dive from Sky. She takes out Ripley, but I think she landed on that baseball bat shoulder first.
Yeah, she might have done more damage to herself. You see the way she immediately rolled over and clutched the shoulder that made contact with the bat. And the thing is, as much as this match has been a brutal affair, you can't win via pinning or submission on the outside. So she would have had to be in the ring anyway. I understand why she went for that Io Sky, but a little bit of inexperience showing there maybe.
Float over DDT from Rhea.
Brilliant stuff from Rhea Ripley. She has looked on top form in this match.
And Rhea now, she has a hold of Io Sky. Can you imagine? If she can make Io Sky tap out, Asuka's recovered, will she make it in time? No, she doesn't!
No.
Io Sky taps out. There's a bit of a kerfuffle between Rhea and Asuka at the end there. But Rhea Ripley advances to the championship match. She will face Ronda Rousey.
And Asuka was furious with the referee, but if anything, she should have been furious with fate and furious, maybe with herself a little bit. because I don't think Io Sky was ever going to last long in that submission maneuver. I thought to myself, as soon as Rhea Ripley had that locked in, it's done, it's over. Book the match. Ronda Rousey, get ready for Rhea Ripley. What a match that is going to be for the WCW Women's Championship of the World.
And you know
Rhea
what?
Ripley and Ronda Rousey. That is a mouthful, mouthful.
I think Ronda Rousey needs to be concerned because I wouldn't say Ronda was the standout performer in her own triple threat, but Rhea, absolutely stealing the show in that match.
Yeah, she was.
Book it, ladies and
Good.
gentlemen.
She was good, wasn't she, in that match? She was very good. Very good.
Rhea Ripley and
Ladies and
Ronda
gentlemen.
Rousey
Ooh.
for the Women's Championship coming soon. But I pass the mantle over one more time.
Lovely. A little bit of airtime. Always sweeter when your enemy is giving you the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, you may have noticed the absence of a certain big gold belt. We were never going to let this, the flagship, the first, but certainly not the worst, episode of Monday Nitro pass by without crowning the WCW Heavyweight Champion of the World. And what a contest we have for you. We've had some great matches already, but this is going to be something else. The Sultan of the South, the King of Nitro, AJ Styles versus the most underappreciated, the man who has been failed by wrestling. He would have a bone to pick with this entire business, which is why I'm giving him the spotlight he deserves. Shinsuke Nakamura. Finally, this great man is getting the chance to put his money where his mouth is and show that he is as good as everyone, including himself, has said he is these past many years. For the most prestigious, the most brilliant, the most beautiful, the most opulent, the most extravagant belt in wrestling. The one that every man wants their hands on. The WCW Heavyweight Championship of the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is your main event
For this evening.
this evening. Let's get this one
A main
well and
event to
truly
cap off-
underway.
A main event to cap off a magnificent Monday night. But it will only get better and better from here. So ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, enjoy, but don't look away.
The phenomenal one is back.
Indeed.
Can
The following contest is scheduled for one fall.
AJ Styles start this season as he did last year? He was the first WWE champion of Raw and IGN. Can he be the first World Heavyweight Champion of Nitro?
18 pounds.
Universe.
The phenomenal AJ Styles.
Fascinating conundrum, isn't it? I wouldn't say he never had a moment to shine in my GM on Monday Night Raw, but he never. I'm disappointed to say that he never really felt like the top dog. He was a top attraction, but he was never the very, very top. He was never the absolute. He was never the king of the mountain. He was never the peak of Monday nights. But maybe now he can put that wrong right. Maybe now he will be the messiah of Monday Nitro. Because he's a southern boy, born and bred. So I'm sure in that sense he'll already have a big connection with this audience, but maybe they won't feel as connected to this man, Shinsuke Nakamura. But they can't deny the ability, the intensity, and the character that the guy has. I don't think anyone with half a brain could deny that.
And his opponent from Kyoto, Japan, weighing in at 220 pounds, Shinsuke Nakamura.
He's ditched the crown from last year, but he remains the king of strong style. If AJ Styles wants to capture the World Heavyweight Championship tonight, he's going to be in for the fight of his life. Shinsuke Nakamura perhaps didn't quite hit the heights expected of him last year, but it's a new start, it's a fresh start, and night one he's being thrown into the World Championship match. All it takes is 3 seconds, and he could be WCW World Champion.
Absolutely right. And he has every shot. This isn't a mismatch. These two are big time players. They're superstars in wrestling. You're quite right. When they're on it, who can beat Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles? Apart from Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles. And there we see it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is not the champion for the champion of Japan. It's not for the champion of the United States. It is the champion of the world. The heavyweight champion of the world.
And Nakamura comes flying out the gates with a single leg drop kick. He knows what a huge opportunity this is, and he's refusing to let it slip him by with a very quick, strong opening against the former WWE champion. Styles looking to fight back, but Nakamura, maybe it's emotion that's fueling him in the early goings, but it's a strong start from the king of strong style.
That's the whole idea behind. Besides strong style, it's supposed to be overwhelming. It's supposed to be just something that overpowers you.
You're
devastated by the heaviness and the strength of it. You don't know what to do. You're dazed. You look around. You don't know what's even appearing in front of your eyes. And then bang, 1, 2, 3.
And earlier on, barring this contest, Nakamura perhaps was not expecting to get the win off of, but Styles able to fight out of nonetheless. Styles on the back foot here, he needs to get back into this one in a big way, and that's a big hip toss from Styles. Nakamura up to the top rope. And an elbow drop into the cover. Styles, he's dazed, he's stunned. Nakamura, this is his opportunity right here.
It's a big moment for Shinsuke Nakamura. It's a big moment for both these men. They are being given the chance. I'm not saying that either of these men have disappointed or failed in any way in their careers, but there is that upper echelon. And I think these men have both deserved to achieve that, but they've never been given the opportunity. This is that moment. This is the opportunity. This is one of the most legendary, prestigious, historic championships there's ever been in this business, ever in wrestling. That belt is iconic. If you ask people for their first image, the first belt that comes to mind if you think of a wrestling belt, I seriously think that this WCW World Heavyweight Championship would be up there. For most people, I think it might even be the majority answer, to be quite honest.
Styles rolls through into the calf crusher. Luckily for Nakamura, he was able to get a foot to the ropes, break it up before any serious damage could be done.
Completely agree. Nakamura was very lucky there. Intelligent. He knew what
Game
to do.
From out of nowhere!
Oh my.
Just like that!
Wow. Oh
the knockout blow. Styles did not know what hit him.
Oh my.
Nakamura He wound it up. He backed it up. Busted him open.
Do you know what? You can tell how absolutely disruptive that move with that Kinshasa was for Styles. He was literally right next to him. His body fell on the ropes and he had no idea where he was. He didn't even think. He didn't have the awareness to think to put his hand out and grab that rope. And just like that, ladies and gentlemen, Shinsuke Nakamura is the WCW heavyweight champion. He is the heavyweight champion of the world. And I talked about opportunities. I talked about seizing the moment. Shinsuke just did it. He reached the upper tier. He looked to the peak of the mountain, saw through the fog and the mist, and he reached his hand out and grasped the very, very top in this world of wrestling. I mean, I'm stunned. Quite frankly, I can't believe it. But the facts don't lie. Seeing is believing. Wow.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have time for tonight. Thank you for joining this episode of Monday Nitro, the start of Universe Mode. To recap for you tonight's events, Rey Mysterio is the Cruiserweight Champion. Imperium capture the Tag Team Gold. Gunther is the United States Champion. Rhea Ripley will collide with Ronda Rousey for the Women's Championship. And your first World Champion is Shinsuke Nakamura. The stage is set on Monday nights. Can the Blue Brand, can WWE respond? Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you've enjoyed. Take care and have a good night.